never supposed to live a life like this. Though it's way too good, not as rich as I should.
What's up, Dolphin fans? Welcome back to another episode of the FINZONE podcast, where we dive deep into all things Miami and NFL related. I am your host, Adonji Young, and today we have a very special guest, the host of the Phins football podcast, the one, the only, B Trill. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro. Always appreciate it.
Glad you're here. So let's break the ice real quick, all right? Tell the fans a little bit about your show.
Yeah, Phins football podcast. So I actually, young podcast. I started it last season. I started off just with a YouTube channel, and that was crawling. It was barely growing. I was probably maybe getting 4 or 5 views an episode, and I was stuck at like 50 subscribers, and it wasn't doing anything. I'm like, all right, what do I got to do to rebrand, rechange? And the thing that I did is just branched out. TikTok blew up. And I've only been on TikTok, 3 months, and we're already at the same stats. I know you just hit 900 followers. I'm a little bit behind you. Should be hitting 900 in the next couple days here. I'm over 860. So I'm liking the way TikTok is actually hitting the right audience to getting the right views. I don't know if YouTube just stalls on that point, but that's kind of where my channel started. I'm liking the different channels. I put it on Facebook, Instagram, X, known as Twitter, but I do anything to get it out there, word of mouth. But yeah, any daily updates, Dolphin news I put out there. Some of the main stuff is I keep up on the injury reports. Before the games, I do the inactives. After the games, I do those instant reactions and recaps and stats and any Dolphin news that pops up. AFC Defensive Player of the Week, as we seem to be winning often. So it's good news that I get to spread. I mean, as a Dolphins fan, I'm reading up on that news anyways. Might as well share what we have done the research on.
Yeah, so. And you know what? That brings me into my next question. So, what made you decide to go to the route of actual reporting instead of just giving your opinions like so many of us do?
Yeah, so I actually have a degree in this. I have a bachelor's degree in broadcast and visual communications, they call it. So I started off in college doing their radio show, and they had kind of like their own little sports center where I would, go to games, interview the players and coaches afterwards, and then we'd have a little studio show where we actually showcase the interviews and showed highlights and stuff like that. So that's where my interest drawn in, and I was like, all right, dream goal, I want to work for ESPN. So I try to do as much as I could to kind of build my resume, build my career. I branched off, did like music videos for a while for local artists, anything to kind of keep myself editing and in the multimedia world and just being productive. And then I started seeing everybody else's YouTube channels and podcasts and things go off, and everyone kept asking me, oh, have you ever done radio? And I'm like, yeah, I did in college. College for me was 20 years ago. So it's been a while, and I'm like, let me knock the dust off. And they're like, oh, you have a great radio voice, which usually is an insult to how you look, but I appreciate the compliments of having a radio voice. So I'm like, let's give it a try. Let's shoot on a podcast. And like I said, with the other media and platforms and channels, it's blowing up a little bit more, but still growing. We're still trying to get our feet wet. So
hey, I gotta admit too, man, the report is absolutely stellar reporting.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. Yours too. I mean, I'm always watching your channel. I mean, you always got the good insight, the good questions, the feedback. I need to get more with engaging in my audience too. I like how you do, the jersey giveaways. Yeah. You give the feedback. So the thing is, I'm so busy with having. I got a soon-to-be 4-year-old, and she keeps me busy to where I got 10 minutes to hop on here, do a quick update, and that's all I can give you. I wish I could do more live streams, which I try to do during the game. But Yeah, it's tough with availability and time, but we make the most we can.
That's all we can do. And so, how did you become a Dolphins fan?
Yeah. So, as I tell everybody, which I'm proud of, I am an hour from Buffalo. So
Yeah.
I am behind enemy lines.
Yes.
If you know where the Buffalo Bills training camp is, that is 5 minutes from my house.
Oh,
so
man.
they're everywhere. I'm surrounded by Bills fans, whether I go to the office, whether, I date somebody and they have to be a Bills fan. It's just my whole life surrounded by Bills fans. Actually, my own family member, my cousin, he actually was a Buffalo Bills. He was a Dolphin for a day, but he used to play in the NFL back in the 80s. He was a defensive end, Scott Verkus. He was a rotational player. He basically was a defensive end most of his time for the Buffalo Bills. This is back when we had the Colts in our division. He was a Colt. He was a Patriot. He was a Buffalo Bill, and he was a Dolphin for a day. He basically hop off the plane. What was that?
I said the most important one.
Exactly.
Yes.
He said he hopped off the plane. He met Don Shula. He met Dan Marino, and he was traded to the Colts the next day. So, or picked off waivers, something like that. So, like I said, he was just a rotational player, but he was sacking the best. John Elway, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino. He was sacking them all. I think he's got 9 career sacks. So. Not bad for someone off the bench,
Hey,
but
that's a story,
he always
though.
gives
Those
me
are
crap
stories.
every time because he's a Bills player and fan, and I always show up, every holiday, every family reunion, head to toe. Now I got my daughter head to toe in Dolphins gear, and he just shakes his head. But it started with really my grandfather gave me a winter jacket when I was 5, and I liked the colors. And I started watching football, and I preferred Marino over Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of where it started, and I call it the gauntlet where I live because wherever I go, I get mocked, yelled at, screamed at by Bills fans of, oh, squish the fish. I walk into a store, oh, I would serve you, but you're a Dolphins fan. I get that day in, day out to where it's funny. I went to a Dolphins game in Miami. I'm at the hotel, and I asked for something. She's like, oh, I would help you, but you're a Dolphins fan. I was like, what's funny is I hear that all the time when I'm in Rochester because I'm an hour from Buffalo, but I didn't think I would hear it in Miami. But, yeah, that's where it started. From there, it grew. Marino to now, so.
I hear that. I definitely hear that one. Since we're talking about the Dolphins, let's just dive into some Dolphin takes, all right? So,
Yep.
how would you describe the season so far?
So the off season, I as every off season, I have high expectations. We pick up a player, I look at the highlight reel, I'm like, that's who we're getting, and then the high expectations don't meet it. With this off season, it was different. We dumped some high caliber players, tried to replace some. I mean, honestly, some of the moves that Chris Greer did, we looked at it at first and didn't think it was good, but in the end, we're getting better. Of course, you losing Jalen Ramsey, losing Javon Holland, now Jalen Phillips during the season and in the trade. Our defense took a hit, but as of right now, if you take a step back, if we were healthier, we would honestly be a lot better because I think the weakest part is our secondary.
Correct.
And if we had Storm Duck, if we had Cater Kohu, Juju Brents looked decent, but then he went down after he started to show his talent.
That hurt. Hurt.
But and I mean, Jack Jones and Rasheed Douglas on the outsides, they're actually playing pretty good now.
I'll take them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I like the bigger cornerbacks. I miss like when we had Sean Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Remember back? Yeah, because he was a bigger corner. That's who Juju and Rasheed Douglas remind me of. Just the longer arms, longer body. But with overall, I think we had to change who we were as a team to finally start winning because it was all about Mike McDaniels and his read options and his pre-play snap motion and all the different reads that were done. Now, just run the rock, man. Got our offensive line they're not pass blockers. They're not. Jonah, he's not a pass blocker. Patrick Paul, he's not a pass blocker. Aaron Brewer, he is a zone blocking center. So when we start to run the ball and we got that three-headed monster now, if the defense is playing like it's playing, if we get better, honestly, I mean that is how championship teams are built. Defense and running games.
That's it.
And then we just need Tua to not turn the ball over.
There you go.
We need him to not do what Jalen Hurts did. Oh my God, that was terrible.
At the end of the game, right?
I got Jalen Hurts as my fantasy quarterback, and 2 turnovers on one play and 3 interceptions and a fumble, and But as a whole with the team, I think if we started this win streak earlier, we would definitely be considered a playoff team.
Absolutely.
Now the fact that we need to back our way into the playoffs with a lot of help, it doesn't help the season, but it shows towards the future. It shows who some hidden gems are. So
I would agree. About speaking of showing who the hidden gems are, let me ask you this question. What's something that the national media doesn't get about this team?
The Dolphins. It's kind of what Chris Greer didn't get as well. How important the offensive line is.
Absolutely.
We have been filling the roster the past 3-4 years with playmakers. It started with when we made that Tyreek Hill trade. We're like, playmakers, speed, you got to outrun everybody. It's not about fundamentals, about the mental aspect of the game is kind of lost when all we're doing is just speed out there.
That's it.
Now that we're actually becoming more physical, that's really the name of football.
That's it.
That's the name of the game. We try to be a track team on a football field, and it's not really going to work. I mean, it kind of reminds me in basketball, like you can be as fast as you want, but it's really the big man that wins. It's a big boy sport. I mean, you got to think about it. We kind of weren't really anybody until all of a sudden Darren Waller wanted to pop his head up, come out of retirement, start scoring touchdowns, and that kind of sparked this team. They were like, oh, okay, we can actually win games. And it had to take a giant to do it. He's what, 6'6",
yeah,
6'8"?
He's a big guy. He's a big guy.
He's a giant.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. The football, in order to build a successful team, you have to start from the inside out, not the outside in.
Yeah. Trenches.
That's it. All right, so fantasy play here. If the playoffs started today, what's your confidence level in the Dolphins?
They've been playing better. If we play this lights out defense, I mean, it's really all about the control of the trenches. And if our defensive line produces the 6 sacks like we did and gives our secondary the time and space to make these 3 interceptions as we did, I got good faith in them. It's the defense, man. The defense really will win the game. Tua, we blew out the Jets. Tua didn't even have 150 yards passing.
Did not.
Or what did he have, like 160 or what?
Yeah.
Like, it was subpar game,
Yep.
but we won the game and we destroyed because we had a running game. And that's what I've been leaning on since the offseason. That's what I've been preaching about. If we got a 3-headed monster going, we're unstoppable, honestly. I mean, you get any running game going. The only reason the Colts were anything is because of Jonathan Taylor putting up as much as he was every game.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. All right. Moving on to our next segment. This one is called Fin or Fiction. So this is where I'm going to throw some things at you, and you're going to tell me if it's fin, which means you're buying it, or fiction, which means get it out of here. All right? So The first one. Tua finishes with over 3,000 yards passing this season.
Ooh. What is he at right now? He's low right now.
He's pretty low. He's at, I think he's at 23 something.
If he's at 23, possibly. I mean, because that's averaging. We got what 5-6 games left, so that's averaging a little over 200 a
I
game.
think we got 4 left.
It's possible.
We got 4 left now.
Oh man, yeah, I forget bye week Monday night game. Yeah, yep, okay. Yeah, with that, okay. So you're looking at. No, I don't see it. I'm gonna say fiction, just because I think we lean more on the running game, and without Tyreek Hill there, I mean it's been a waddle, but our tight ends really have been showing out. Greg Dulcich, he's a hidden gem, I think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Miami ends the year with a top 3 defense.
Possible. I say possible because of who we're facing as well. So we got Aaron Rodgers we're facing, banged up.
Yep.
We're facing Joe Burrow, who is banged up. Yeah, Joe Burrow can still put up numbers, but he's banged up. And then Baker's going to be tough, and the Patriots are going to be tough because the Patriots, they actually have a good running game as well. But I think it's possible. I mean, the way that Jordan Brooks is playing in the middle of this defense is just lights out right now. He's everywhere. Everywhere.
All right, so that was going to be a Fin then.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. The next one. The Dolphins will be another AFC powerhouse before the season's end.
Oh, powerhouse. So as of right now, if you look at history, I guess you could say the Steelers would have been, but with the roster right now, no. Bengals, their record doesn't show it. Their roster could, so they're not a powerhouse. We do have to face the Patriots.
There you go.
But the Patriots, it's going to be last week of the season.
Yep.
They're going to have the first round locked up. They're going to be resting all their starters. So I say we beat the team, but we're going to be beating their second strings. I wish I could say we get into the playoffs. I hope we get every domino needs to fall the right way for us to get into the playoffs. But if that happens, I say some things could happen.
Absolutely.
I say we could possibly win one. It all depends on the running game.
It all depends on the running game. All right. Let's see here. A Dolphins defender finishes the season as the NFL leading tackler.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. JB, Jordan Brooks, Brooksy. He is getting that title. I mean, he's already, what is he at right now? He's at like 150 already. Like, it's insane.
What?
And he's got a good gap.
Yeah.
He's got like 20 over the next guy. Like, he averages 15 to 20 a game. It's ridiculous. Like, that man, every time I'm watching the game, there's JB again, there's Brooksy again, he's the only one that could tackle. It doesn't matter if it's behind the line of scrimmage or 20 yards downfield. Jordan Brooks is making the tackle. I don't know where everybody else is. Everyone else is getting blocked. That's what it is.
He is in the play. I hear that one.
Yeah.
All right, so there's another Fin there. Okay, last one. A-Chain puts up a 200-yard performance before the season's out.
Ooh, yep. I'm going Fin as well.
All right.
So, A-Chain has been our offense the entire year.
Yes.
Even when we're getting blown out, he's still getting 100 all-purpose yards.
Yes.
Whether he's catching for 80, running for 60, it doesn't matter. A-Chan is our offense. And if we could, I would say sign him to an 8-year contract. You know what I mean? Like, we need to lock that man up, make him retire a Dolphin. Hopefully it's not like a Barry Sanders where he retires early, but that man, he is an animal. Like, the fact is, everybody knows his speed game. That one run against the Jets, that you know which one I'm talking about, right? Where he broke that tackle, then did a spin move, then did another juke, and then barely shoestring tackle inside the 5-yard line. Like, if he scored, they would nonstop be playing that. It was he's got more than just speed. He can break tackles, he can stiff arm, he can spin, he's got agility. Like Achane's a beast, and then Wright and Ollie Gordon, they're a good 2-3 punch. So
did you see Achane's rushing stats for that Jets game?
Yeah, what was it? What do you have, like like 180 or 160?
That was scrimmage yards, but his rushing was 7 carries.
Oh, seven? 7 for 92.
92 yards. Can you imagine if he didn't get hurt? That's a 300 yard day. That's a 300 yard day.
They're like, oh yeah, you can sit down. Reminds me of that Denver game, man. He went off on that game. He went off
in the Denver game. Yes, he did. All right. Man. Thanks for playing Fin or Fiction. So now we're going to move into our next segment, which is called Rapid Fire. This is where I'm going to hit you with some questions, and you just say the first thing that comes to your mind, all right?
Okay.
All right. So, first question. Most underrated Dolphin right now?
Ooh, I always like youngsters. I'm going to go Jordan Phillips. He is an animal. He's got that wrestling background. He's a future guy. He's a future guy.
I like that pick. I really do. All right. Who scores first this week? Waller or Waddle?
I wish I could say Waddle because I got him on fantasy. I want to be doing the penguin dance in the end zone, but just touchdown to ratio with snaps, you got to give it to Waller. Whenever that man is on the field, he's catching a touchdown pass. So I'm going to give it up to Waller.
All right.
I'm going to say he has more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, does he get a trifecta?
That would be nice, wouldn't it? All right. Last one. What's one team that Dolphin fans should actually be worried about?
Ooh, they're creeping up now that CJ Stroud's back. Those Texans, man. That defense, just that's a championship defense right there. No, nothing wrong about that defense. They are just getting to every single quarterback. And then Nico Collins is such an underrated wide receiver. He's top 5 in the NFL. Nico Collins, top 5. He that big body, that speed, those hands, top 5.
I hear that. You get no argument from me on that one. All right. So that moves us right along to our last segment of the evening, and it is called FINZONE Banger. This is when you tell us your boldest prediction.
Ooh. Boldest prediction. So, I wonder if I want to do for just this week or just the season. Let's wrap up the season.
It doesn't matter.
Let's not make it a weekly take.
Just make it bold.
So, Miami not only makes the playoffs, but we win a playoff game on the road.
Yeah,
so
boy!
As of right now, I'm looking at the playoff tree. And I say whoever wins the South, we're probably going to be playing. Because I think that AFC North is going to be the last divisional seed. I think the South. So I think it's going to be either the Texans, the Jags, the Colts. We're going to beat one of those in the playoffs. That's my bold prediction.
So that is your FINZONE banger. The Dolphins will make the playoffs and win the first round.
Yes. Yep. First playoff win.
That is it.
What, since over 25 years?
Yeah. Hey, that's a FINZONE banger right there. For sure. But I am here for it.
Stamp it.
I am here for it, brother. Let me tell you. I am here for it. All right. That was good.
If this happens, I'm going to the game.
You and me both. You and me both. Hey, that was good. That was a good one. Okay. Hey, be true, my brother. It has been great having you on a FINZONE, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to stop by and hanging out in the zone. Let the people know where they can find you.
Of course, yeah. Thank you for bringing me on. It's been a pleasure. We definitely got to do this more often this
Absolutely.
season. Who knows? Maybe we'll make it a weekly thing. But yeah, no. I always appreciate taking the time out, getting to know my other Fin podcasters out there, and part of the Dolphins community. But yeah, you can always find me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I try to put my name out there as much as possible. I'm pretty sure I got a Threads account, even though I don't know what it is. Lemon 8, I don't know what that is either. But, there's platforms that we're on just to be on. So, yeah, we're just word of mouth right now. So, yeah, follow, do as much as you can. I got my little whiteboard that you scribble on. So
I hear that one. So everybody out there, make sure you check out the Phins Football Podcast. He's knowledgeable, he's up to the minute in insights, and he has all the Dolphins information you are going to need to proceed to the next game. Dolphin fans, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, and share this episode. This is Donja Young, your host, saying see you next time in the Fin Zone.